I'm very proud to say that today our group is internationally recognized as one of the world's 10 leading global publishers and professional information providers. The past year has seen a remarkable transformation in the affairs and standing of Maxwell Communications. Until last year, Maxwell Communications was a United Kingdom-dominated business with some 2/3 of sales from printing. Today, 100% of sales derive from publishing and providing professional information services, and some 80% of those sales and operating profits derive from customers in North America.
Information is the gold dust of the 21st century. Prosperity in the next century will be governed by information flow. Those who provide that flow will be at the center of the world stage. And who will the leading players be? Maxwell Communications will be one of them. In the early 1980s, Robert Maxwell bought an ailing British printing group and through his vision has transformed it into one of the top international multimedia publishing and communications groups. Today, after the major acquisitions of Macmillan and Official Airline Guides in the United States, 80% of the group's profits are earned by businesses based in North America and operating worldwide. The performance for 1990 reflects the success of Maxwell Communications in consolidating the Macmillan and OAG acquisitions.
The consolidation of Maxwell's businesses in the U.S. and in the U.K. have been completed with unprecedented success. Today, Maxwell Communications is a multimedia international publishing concern.
The strength of Maxwell Communications rests upon 4 key factors: high-margin, low capital-intensive businesses, market leadership, excellent demographic support for future growth, and depth of management. This is a multinational team led and inspired by Robert Maxwell with the vision to plan for the future.
We are continuing to expand our interests in media and communications in Central and Eastern Europe, in Japan and China. We are in the second half of the 10 largest media companies in the world. Our aim is in the next 2 or 3 years to move up.
In the last 12 months, the group's strategic consolidation has been coupled with continued acquisition. The group now comprises 4 main areas of activity: information services and electronic publishing, school and college publishing, language instruction and translation services, and reference and professional publishing. Each is a part of the very fabric of worldwide publishing and communications. The information services and electronic publishing area is a vital part of the group. It comprises a range of businesses, all market leaders in the dissemination of information. In particular, there's OAG, Pergamon Press, Standard Rate and Data Service, National Register, and Maxwell Business Communications. The area provides a range of services that are part of the weft and weave of communications, services that are founded upon unique, comprehensive and accurate databases. Official Airline Guides is the world's leading provider of airline schedules and fare information to business travelers and the travel industry. Pergamon Press is one of the world's most respected publishers in sciences, technology and medicine. The mainstay of the division are the 398 Pergamon journals. They cover the life and medical sciences, physical sciences and engineering, mathematics, education and social sciences. 30 of the journals are now online, and to meet the demand for speedier and more universal access to information, investment has been increased in such systems as CD-ROM. Soon, many Pergamon reference works will be available in both printed form and CD-ROM. The reputation of Pergamon journals is upheld by sustained attention to scientific quality. Pergamon Books, currently with more than 5,000 titles, largely servicing the same markets as the journals, shows first-class growth prospects. Maxwell Multimedia Publishing Group has become an international leader in the growth area of online publishing. The main companies are Maxwell Online, Molecular Design, Orac, and Maxwell Electronic Publishing. All deal principally with STM information services and have a specialist strength in providing essential, ongoing services in carefully selected, clearly defined markets and are thereby largely recession-proof.
In my opinion, one of the key strengths of Maxwell Communications is its position in what I call the information industry. I regard this sector of the American media as having the fastest longer-term growth of any, twice as fast as the economy as a whole into the next century. And Maxwell Communications' participation in this field is represented by several large, unique databases with sizable markets and growth prospects on their own.
In school and college publishing, the group has a major presence in North America. The Macmillan McGraw-Hill joint venture company recently became the #1 elementary and high school publishing business. The early 1980s US baby boom triggered an increase in demand for L-high texts that is projected to span much of the 1990s, and high school enrollments are also expected to rise during much of this decade. Macmillan's college division is now in the top 5 college publishers. College publishing is amongst the most profitable aspects of book publishing. Investment is low relative to L-high texts, and cover prices are high.
The importance of the elementary, high school, and college markets to Maxwell Macmillan Publishing is threefold. First, these are very large markets. We believe that the markets are both elementary and high school and college over $1 billion in sales. In addition to that, these markets have very high margins. Within traditional book publishing, these are the highest margins we experience. And third, these are very predictable markets in that we can follow student enrollments and pretty well predict into the future exactly what our business is going to be.
I expect this to be one of the fastest growing sectors of the media business on out to the late 1990s. Macmillan McGraw-Hill joint venture, as it is now called, is one of the largest, if not the largest participant in that industry. And normally the larger companies do in fact even better than the industry as a whole. Consequently, I expect it to be an excellent investment, and I intend to buy some for myself.
Maxwell Communications' language instruction area has in Berlitz International the leading language instruction company in the world. It has operations in 25 countries and is able to achieve a significant price premium over its competitors because of its proven track record. It is clearly well positioned to benefit from the opportunities emerging in new markets in Eastern Europe and the increasingly international nature of business. In December 1989, 44% of the issued common shares of Berlitz were sold by way of a public offering in the US, Europe, and Pacific Basin.
We've seen a lot of occurrences over the past year, such as the fall of the Berlin Wall, the emergence in freedom in Eastern Europe, that are going to continue to cause there to be a need for Berlitz's services. And that's why we here at Goldman Sachs are excited about the growth of Berlitz business.
80% of Maxwell Communications' profits are earned by businesses based in the US and doing business worldwide. And much of that business comes from the group's reference and professional publishing activities, which are a major force in the world market for fiction, non-fiction, and special interest books, as well as business and professional magazines. In this area, there are some 26 companies. Most of them publish books, magazines, and journals in specialist markets and are market leaders in the United States and Europe. The main company in this area is Macmillan, which specializes in 6 areas of publishing. Computer publishing. Macmillan's computer books have a worldwide market and hold 20% of the US market. Reference books. Its most outstanding publication in the last year was the Encyclopedia of the Holocaust, which received worldwide acclaim. Adult books. Currently it has 3 titles in the New York Times bestsellers list, each having sold more than 200,000 copies. Children's books. Macmillan is the 2nd largest publisher in the United States. Defense Communications, which comprises Pergamon Brassey and the Armed Forces Journal International, both of which have a reputation as high-quality military reference imprints. And finally, Free Press is world-renowned for its scholarly publications on the social and behavioral sciences.
The interesting thing about this division is that there may be a number of different businesses within it, but they tend to have something in common. They tend to be niche businesses, they specialise, and that does provide them with much better growth potential. On the one hand, there's an interesting and valuable foundation in the past. For example, the adult books side has an interesting backlist, which includes F. Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway. On the other hand, the division looks forward. For example, computer books offer extremely good growth prospects for the future for obvious reasons. So if you look at the division taken together, those 2 elements, I believe, give an extremely strong foundation for the future.
The world has changed more in the past year than anybody dared hope. The Iron Curtain has been replaced by open doors and windows. Market forces are winning over military force, and these changes had been foreseen. Robert Maxwell, a statesman as much as a businessman, has committed his life to promoting greater openness, particularly in Eastern Europe, where his tireless political efforts are now also opening major new business opportunities. Maxwell Communications is today a sharply focused major player in international communications. It owns a formidable group of businesses with individual strengths, all in leading market positions. It is led by Robert Maxwell with a senior international management team that cannot be matched in the publishing and communications industry.
Maxwell Communication is now established in North America as one of the continent's leading publishing, communication, and information businesses.
We recognize that the largest single market, which will be of immediate opportunity to our group, will be Europe. We look forward to 1992, when the removal of trade barriers, followed by the opening of the Channel Tunnel in 1993, will facilitate far closer integration of our publishing, communication, and distribution operations in the UK and on the continent.
Fundamental strength of the group is that 80% of our assets and sales are in North America, that our revenues do not derive from advertising, we're not cyclical, we're professional information providers, and we are to science and technology what Reuters is to share prices and foreign exchange.
Maxwell Communications, part of the fabric of worldwide publishing and communications.